Hey, what's up guys, it's Lord Civic, and today, as promised from last week, I'm going to give you guys my early impressions of the LG CX 77-inch. And first and foremost, I just gotta talk about the increase in the size. Thinking when I was going from 65 to 77 inches, I was like, okay, this might be a little too big, and I read online that people were like, within a month, you would get used to it, but it's so crazy that within 24 hours, I just absolutely fell in love with this thing, and I don't want to go back to 65 inches. The display is absolutely gorgeous, and I was thinking like I would lose some of like the picture quality, because it's like, it's the same display, they're all like 4K devices, but it's like, there's gonna be less, I guess, pixels per square inch. But the processor on the CX just accounts for that. Like, there's an increase, and it's small. Let me just say this. It's small. It's a small increase in picture quality. It's like maybe single digits. It's under double digits, and if I had to put it down to percentages. But it's there, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now, it's not a reason to like go get rid of your C9 and get your CX. Not a reason if you would want to get a CX, or like if you were choosing between the CX and the C9, is the better black levels and shadow detail. And I remember reading online about it in like reviews, and people were saying like this TV was kind of like the best of both worlds when it came to the C9 and the B9. But I was kind of like, just like, okay, the black levels can't be like that better. It's like moderate. It's not gonna make a significant difference, but it does. There was like a scene, I was watching like Dark Knight the other day, right? And there's some scenes where some things look grayish, and usually I keep my brightness level on like 49, 48, depending on it. And so, like, I tried tinkering up, I tried turning it up, like 52, I tried turning it down to 47, and if I turned it up too high, it would introduce grayish black levels, and if I turned it too low, it would introduce black crushing, which is loss of detail, which is something you definitely don't want. But on this display, it's just like, I don't have to tinker anything. Like, it just does what it needs to do. And I know not everybody really cares about that per se when they're like watching movies and stuff like that, but I'm kind of like, I have an eye for detail, so it's like I notice itty bitty little things like that, and like the CX has some things over the C9. Now, I love the C9. As I said before in my unboxing, the C9 is not only my favorite TV that I've ever owned, but it's also my favorite piece of tech, piece of tech I've ever owned. And it's like, the CX took an already perfect display and did these little enhancements. It's not like a huge jump. Like, honestly, to be honest, if I could say, I wouldn't say, if you have a C9, there's no reason to go to get a CX. Now, if you are trying to choose between a CX and a C9, I'd recommend the CX, to be honest. But it's like it took a perfect display and just did like very, very like nice incremental changes. Also, the UI is faster. Switching between HDMI ports is fast. It's reactive switching between apps. There's definitely an increase in speed. Now, the one thing, and I know like a lot of my viewers that people watch it, is a lot of people are using these things for movies, but a lot of them are using it for games. And when I played a game on this display, not only because of the increase in size, but I was able to utilize the new BFI feature, which allows me to play at 4K 120 Hertz, but I can't use HDR. And my God, guys, oh my gosh. I've seen some beautiful gaming in my life. I have seen 1440p, 165 Hertz. I have seen 1080p, 180 Hertz. I have seen on my X35 Predator 3440 by 1440p, 200 Hertz, and honestly, on this display, 4K 120 Hertz it's just absolutely mind-blowing. All these other panels that I have, they're either IPS or VA panels, but an OLED display, when it comes to picture quality and picture perfect blacks and infinite contrast, it's just, it's mind-blowing. Like, I literally can't even, I can't explain it in words. So like literally next week. And also I got the 48CX, and that's that's also mind-blowing. I literally was playing on that thing for like 6-7 hours yesterday. So like I could say all this stuff, but it's just like I'm gonna have to show you guys. So like next week I'm just going to have a blog of just a whole bunch of gameplay. I was thinking I was gonna do like my showcase of just a whole bunch of games, but I literally, like, these displays look so good that I literally have to dedicate a video for each game. Like, I literally have to show you guys everything that I've seen. It's just, it like blows my mind. And I love these displays. Like, as I said, I love the C9 so much, but it's like the CX has elevated into another level. It's crazy because I have both OLEDs on the opposite ends of the spectrums. The 77 CX looks absolutely amazing with like movies and TV and even games. As I said, when I saw Destiny 2, I was like, okay, I gotta get the LG CX 48-inch. And the 48-inch is a heavy hitter of its own self, man. Also, with it being a very much smaller display, there's more pixels per square inch, and it's honestly, I'm gonna just keep rambling about how much I'm loving these TVs, but like, my early impressions is I'm loving it a lot, actually. And as I said, I'm gonna do like a full-scale review of both TVs in about a month. Do the early impressions of the 48-inch next week, but please make sure to tune in next week because it's gonna either be every day or every other day. There's just going to be a whole bunch of gameplay. I have so much to show you guys. But again, thank you guys again so much for watching. If you are not subscribed, please make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. And with saying that, I hope you guys have a good day.